everyday struggle trying to get fed. Need a spot at the table for my daily bread. Wonder why we thuggin', or we misled. It's dog when we trying to break that daily bread. You can't feel the hunger through an op-ed. Don't cover how we suffer for the daily bread. Sometimes that pressure make me feel like I'ma lose my head. To make sure my young seeds get their daily bread. Waking up to the traffic in the sunrise. Just another day trying to strategize. Mama running late for work, thinking strike two. Third job this year, cause it's nothing new. Trying to stay in school, trying to learn something. It's hard to get your mind right when your ribs touch. Teacher think I'm mugging, that's just hunger pains. Not being cinematic, but it's Hunger Games. Try to play it off, mute the suffering. But my stomach break the silence when it's rumbling. So it's quarter cakes, chips, and ramens. Hunger is something 1 in 5 shorties got in common. Hit up corner stores, no fresh markets around. Sustain it from the shelf, no food straight from the ground. Multiply that times all the hoods in my town. We playing in the field, but nobody working the ground. Still an everyday struggle trying to get fed. Need a spot at the table for my daily bread. Wonder why we thuggin', or we misled. It's dog when we trying to break that daily bread. You can't feel the hunger through an op-ed. Don't cover how we suffer for the daily bread. Sometimes that pressure make me feel like I'ma lose my head. To make sure my seeds get their daily bread.
Some scrape their bread up from the crumbs left on the table. Sipping pot liquor to ease that rumbling coming from behind their navel. You making that bread when you need your own dough. And the sharpest knife in the drawer can get a slice off that loaf. It's the life that I chose, but it's life it chose me. You see, my daddy was a soldier and my mama a G. I'm talking integrity, legacy. How to march when I step. If Granny cooked it, all you heard was to nothing left. Heard a scrape on the plate. But if you don't work, you don't eat. You gotta earn your own keep. What a man sows is what a man reaps. Daddy took his machete, then he handed to me and said, keep swinging and chopping until the way I can see. Adorn the armor of God when I step on the street, knowing the Lord protected me from my head to my feet. When Daddy took his old machete, then he handed to me and said, keep swinging and chopping until the way I can see my daily bread.
Still an everyday struggle trying to get fed. Need a spot at the table for my daily bread. Wonder why we thuggin', or we misled. It's dog when we trying to break the daily bread. You can't feel the hunger through an op-ed. We gon' cover how we suffer for the daily bread. Sometimes that pressure make me feel like I'ma lose my head. To make sure my young seeds get their daily bread.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back, B1AG family. We'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Daily Bread. I'm John Henry. We also have Farmer Brown MC. Here at B1AG, we look at Black agriculture from the aspect of agriculture production, education, health, food, nutrition, marketing, economics, all for the Black family, as well as for the Black community. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about hemp. Not weed, not cannabis, but hemp. Hemp, in comparison to cannabis, is like the nerdy, more productive brother of cannabis. They look alike. They're very hard to tell apart from each other, except for the THC level. The psychedelic influence of cannabis is way stronger than in hemp. But hemp is on the rise. There are the uses of hemp are so varied that it's a very profitable and and I said it before, a very productive plant. Now, outside of the fact that hemp is considered a superfood, you can eat it. You can actually ingest it, and it's good for you. There are a lot of products that come from hemp, such as you got beer. You make hemp. They got hemp beer, sunscreen, milk. Like the hemp seeds they're incredibly nutritious. They can be used to make hemp seed milk, which is a great option for those who can't take dairy. Shoes, and also other types of textiles, rope, clothes, soap, hempcrete. And the thing about hempcrete, it petrifies. It doesn't just get solid and hard. It actually it petrifies, takes carbons and toxins out of the air. It's breathable, fire retardant, and repels rodents. Excellent. Uh, Hemp they used to make cars because they make plastics as well as dyes and colors. So they're using to make cars, paper, it's protein powder. They're full of fatty acids, protein, antioxidants, amino acids, other critical ingredients that help us stay healthy, fuel, supercapacitors, and of course, CBD oil. Now, today, we have a special guest coming with us. We're going to interview CJ Jones with Simply Made. He is a young entrepreneur, and he has an interesting story that I would love to share with y'all because he's only been in agriculture for about 6 years. Not a lot of experience, but he comes in as an owner. So today's topic is going to be a young black entrepreneur enters agriculture with a budding hempire. That's right. And it's Simply Made, and it's spelled Simply Made, but it's pronounced Simply Made. They have shea butter, CBD lotions, and chapstick. Excellent products. We're going to give you a little bit more information about hemp. Like to hear your word on dive in deep with it on hemp, Farmer Brown. Just to give our viewers more of an idea of why this is such an important topic. There are actually with Simply Made, there are several reasons why this is an important topic and a great discussion. So, Farmer Brown, let's dive deep about hemp and the potential for a lot of our partners, a lot of our listeners to get their own budding hempire.
First, I'd just like to say peace to the B1AG family. Hope everybody's doing well. Staying alert in these interesting times. But yeah, so it's funny. My first experience with hemp as a textile or as an agricultural product when I first started my undergrad studies at the land grant here in Kentucky. We were doing hemp research. Is when the hemp research program first started in the state of Kentucky. It was very interesting rolling through fields and fields of hemp. And, you know, we were used to seeing the images of marijuana. My first time seeing marijuana or really being immersed in that culture was back when the Chronic came out. And there's a lot of stigmas around it, even though we know it's marijuana, which is separate from hemp, is medicinal. It was demonized, I want to say, back in the 30s. And it wasn't because it was a bad product. It wasn't because it was something that wasn't very profitable, but it competed with the plastics and the synthetics. And so there were a lot of campaigns. A lot of times here at B1AG, we talk about social marketing. And so this basic plant that, you know, comes from nature, it was marketed as if, okay, if these Negroes smoke this plant, they're going to go, you know, raping our women. You know, when the Mexicans come over the border, they'll get lazy and lethargic. And so there were all of these very intentional attempts to demonize hemp. Here in the bluegrass that we call the state of Kentucky, it was actually our melanated ancestors who mastered growing this crop. Because once again, there's more than 20,000 different products that come from hemp. And it's actually been in recent years that it's now made legal. Not because suddenly it became good, but because people, you know, mainstream agriculture has now found a value, specifically in a state like Kentucky. Okay, tobacco isn't a cash crop anymore. When we think about fixing the soil, like you said, it stores carbon. It's a very useful product. When we think about a lot of genes, and so right now, I know Wrangler and a few other popular gene brands are now infusing hemp with cotton, because hemp actually does less damage to your land than cotton does. So once again, there's all of these different reasons why. And, you know, a lot of the B1AG family is wondering, where's the bag? And so in 2019, hemp generated 4.9 billion. It's projected by 2027, it's going to be an $18.6 billion market. $18.6 billion market by 2027. When we think about how the melanated family has been historically left out and discriminated out of agriculture as a whole, even if we're just talking about producing food, this is, as we're in our finest hour, this is a great opportunity to get on the front end. Over the last few years, there's been a few hiccups, as far as oversaturation in the market. You can ride up and down the street all day and you see the oils. But as far as creating niches, because we realize here in the B1 family, we're the ones that drive culture. We drive what's cool. When you think about health and beauty products, we spend upwards of $9 billion annually just on health and beauty, 999 million just on health and beauty products. And so once again, how do you take our already desire to have these products, because we like to be good, we like to be fresh, how do we direct them towards melanated created products? And so the beauty about the gentleman we have coming today, I was fortunate to meet CJ about 4 years ago, just on the humble. And he's a young cat. Upon looking at him, a lot of times when we think about agriculture, we have all of these stigmas of what a farmer or an agriculturalist looks like. CJ, I can tell you, doesn't look like what, if you ask a 6-year-old or even a 26-year-old what a farmer looks like, he defies all of that. And the beauty about Simply Made, and why I'm looking so much forward to this discussion, is he breaks all of those stigmas. And he came in, like you said, as a businessman, building a hempire with something that we use. And so I really look forward to having this discussion. And I look forward to the B1AG family to meet this brother and what he has going on.
So, B1AG, welcome CJ from Simply Made. This is how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Simply Made. They have shea butter, CBD oils, lotions, and chapstick. Go ahead and say what's up to the B1AG family, CJ.
What's going on, good folks? Appreciate y'all having me today. Excited to do this.
So, bro, we're going to jump right into it. This is an exciting topic. It's an exciting time right now. We're driving culture. We drive what's cool. We drive what's popular now. Yes, we understand this. So if you could kind of give us a little background, how did you get into agriculture? Like what was that moment that you said, this is something I want to get into?
Man, I was enrolled at UK going to school for history and just started studying, researching a lot of different things. And I just saw a big change or trend, like, as far as it went with us owning land and then from us to us not owning land. And it's just the timeline of it. It all just seemed like it all faltered all around the same time. So what got me into agriculture from the very beginning was trying to figure out how to do something more or less that would be sustainable for me and my people. It wasn't driven for money. It was driven from, just the want to not be starved out by a population of people that has the capability to do so. So that's initially what got me in. And then I got involved in hemp. I grew on the first pilot program in Kentucky with some farmers that ended up mentoring me down in Richmond. Third generation farmers, Blue Farms. They have 470 acres that two brothers manage. They actually got me involved, helped me out. When I was initially looking for mentors. I wanted to find a black mentor, a black, farm mentor. I was blessed to find a family of black farmers. Like I say, they manage 470 acres, originally cattle farmers. Their grandfather bought the land back in the 40s. And they've kept that land all the way to date. So that's initially what all got me into it and kind of what got my start. And then, from there, you just start to learn diversity is the key when it comes to farming.
And so one of the big stigmas with agriculture, I run into this a lot, at my job as an extension agent. A lot of people don't necessarily see their farm as a business or an enterprise. A lot of it's legacy, which is legitimate. Like you said, there are for any family that's been able to hold on to any piece of land. Like, to me, these are living legends. But when we think about the concept of business being war, not only are you just protecting your land, but you want to put that land in production. And so during this experience, what was that moment that triggered Simply Made? And then if you could give us a little background of Simply Made, how it came about.
So initially, when, of course, there's definitely stigmas that we up against, from the way that we look to the way that, our community thinks as a whole. We just kind of, it's just an ongoing struggle. It's an ongoing fight. Simply Made was created in such a way to almost combat that. For one, I figured out that when you turn a crop into a value-added product, you should quadruple your money in most cases, because all that stuff that is talked about, like from Nipsey Hussle, they talk about vertical integration. Simply Made is all built off of that. So the goal was to initially control as much as we could within the product, or get it from somebody Black. We of course would grow the hemp, grow the for seed, and grow for CBD. Simply Made as a shea butter based business. All Black people know what shea butter is, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to understand, it's easy to buy, and then another thing, why we got into it was we figured out certain things is being able to triple your money just in a certain way of, let's say, I whip shea butter, you whip air into it, so it like multiplies it. You know what I mean? It's just no different than almost like what the rappers would say, except it's a real live resource, a legal resource. And the shea butter business in Africa is estimated, it's one of the top crops. So it's one of those. Simply Made is connected to have us connected with the diaspora and, Black community as a whole. So coconut oil as well, those types of places, those types of things that we have that we don't grow or really don't have the capabilities to grow. You find somewhere like that, and you control as much as you can. From everything that I understand, you control as much as you can. So it makes us be able to wholesale, it makes us be able to retail, and we make good money in the process. We're not beating nobody in the process, and we control more of it in the process.
So as Simply Made is grown as a business, what are some of the common obstacles that you face being a young Black farmer as well as a young Black entrepreneur?
Well, the Black farmer part is like, as we said earlier, I'm initially, I'm not that heavily involved, 5-6 years. So I'm coming in, my mentor, OG, what I like to call him, my OG, he tell me that it's good that I have these new eyes, because, even in what's that, Robert Kiyosaki's book, the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, right? He talks about when you go somewhere and you work for free, you think different, So when I first went out to the farm, my goal was to, I work for free just so I could see everything in a different way, and for me being willing to work for free, my mentors was like, well, let's partner then. So the agriculture part for me, it's been fun, you know what I mean? Not only do I get to feed my family, in some of the best ways possible. I get to also, make money in the process. I get to, educate in the process, get to unify the community in the process. And entrepreneurship is the same thing to me. It's things that, as the Black community, we need both of those things. So, as far as it goes, I guess, I'm my entrepreneur side, my old man, he owned it. He's owned his own business for 40 years. So I'm from that standpoint, I come from a whole different outlook. I've been around my father, my whole life, and I've worked with him pretty much my whole life. So ever since I was young, all I could think about was running business with my old man. And that's what we do now. We run business together. We get involved in crypto together, stocks together, cattle together. We run a daily business together, like I said, washing brick. And it's inspirational. It feels good. It feels free. That's the biggest thing that I take from both of them, from agriculture and entrepreneurship. I'm free, and for me, that's success. You know what I'm saying? That's what equals success to me is freedom.
I want to loop back around to that term OG. That term has been brought up a few times here on B1AG as far as connecting generations. There are a lot of people, especially in the B1AG, the B1 community, that, if they want to get in agriculture, our first instinct, let me go to college. Let me get educated, right? Let me go into debt so somebody can show me how to do something that's already in my genes. It's already in my DNA.
Right.
How big was that? Because you kind of glossed over it. I know a little bit of the story, but how big was that? And if you had to put it, you can't even put the game that you got on a dollar amount, but if you had to put it in a dollar amount, how valuable was it that you were able to connect with an elder who knew what he was doing versus, trying to, hey, I'm going to get you to come out here and work for free and exploit you, or, right. I'll give you this information, but you got to, how big was that for somebody that's watching that might be an elder wanting to invest, an elder that might have some land, or a young cat that's looking, what's something that I can get into? How big is that dynamic?
That's a huge dynamic. It's one of my, if it wasn't for, for Mr. Leroy, pretty much nurturing me in the way that he did, a way that you don't get. I've been to college, I've been to universities. It's not like that. I'm a hands-on learner. The best way to learn how to drive a tractor is to get on it. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get to do that. I don't know what you get to do at a university. So I ain't even going to say you don't get to do those things. But I know I didn't, like you saying, I didn't have to pay for this knowledge. I went down, and it was my form of sweat equity. You know what I mean? If he loading up 2,000-3,000 bales of hay, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there with him. I'm loading it up. I'm figuring it all out as well. You know what I mean? And he's teaching me as he does all this, Keep in mind, Mr. Leroy is 57. He's a 55-year-old man, but will work circles around a young man any day, So it's those types of things you come to admire about it. And he got that way because of farming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the longevity that the older guys have, from being involved with farming. I value that. As far as it goes with the OGs, it's like a true OG to me is giving you something that's real, that's tangible. Not nothing that's gonna give me landed, down the river in a certain type of, I'm in a vulnerable position. OGs give you real knowledge. You know what I mean? And it's priceless. Like if I couldn't even begin to put a dollar amount on what he's done for me in the regard of this. He's given me the keys to generational wealth in a different type of way. Cattle can go in a trust. It can be left just like stock, and it's one of the things that a lot of people don't touch on because, we're not really involved in these circles like that, So you definitely got to find you a mentor if you want to, go for it. Because, and like I say, also where my family is where me and my father run business together, him and my brother, they afforded me the year of going out and doing that. And I still got paid from working, in my family business. I still got paid, you know what I'm saying? And then I would go out and kick it with Mr. Leroy, you know what I'm saying? As much as I could. I spent the whole year with him, just constantly doing stuff, buying equipment. That's another thing. You know, when you take a route, like I say, I'm new, I'm green. I don't got no problem admitting that. I'm 5-6 years in, you know, of agriculture. But my approach was different. My approach was like, all right, well, if it's hard to buy land, which is hard to buy land, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look into other stuff. And even if I did have the land, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna manage it. What I'm gonna do to manage it. So it's like, all right, stick with Mr. Leroy and his brother and learn as much as I can, and then turn around, buy equipment that they need. So now, like, we partner on equipment, which farm equipment holds its value better than a vehicle will. You know, there's grinder mixers from 1950s that's still being used. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's that type of stuff. I was able to buy equipment and learn how to use it properly with somebody. You know, now I own the equipment. You know what I mean? Now I own trailers, I own tractors and cultivators and mowers and things like that. Things I don't hardly use because, you know, it's the farming is almost on autopilot. My partnership is anyway. I don't do much.
Equity, sweat equity, beautiful. Without giving too much of the secret sauce. And so, what is this process looking like for the Simply Made shea butter? For example, I use it. It's what I'm doing, right? What does that process look like? Go through the day. Okay, you have this. You've extracted, you know, the CBD content. What does this look like for somebody that's interested, but seems like, you know, man, I don't have a science degree. Oh man, you know, how would I begin? Like, what does this look like as far as ordering the ingredients? Where do you order them from? How does that look?
So we as far as our shea butter goes, from, you know, at the end of the day, I gotta be straight up. Ain't much of a secret sauce, right? We put everything right there. You know, what we pride the business off of is being simple ingredients. You know what I mean? Like there's a million different types of bread on the bread shelf, but you go in and you pick one. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to shea butters, hopefully, you know, people that even see this, they'll see, you know, I was Simply Made. If I see it somewhere, I'm gonna try it now, you know, or, you know, hit us up on Instagram, Simply Made, you know, order from us right there. But as far as it goes, like, you know, we start out from a process of, like I say, everything don't have CBD in it. Some things just have hemp seed oil in it, which hemp seed oil, as John was saying earlier, you know, all those omegas and all those things like that, you know, everything that it does when they put it in your mouth, it does when you put it on your skin. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's real good on your skin. It's like coconut oil. It's you know, it's real good on your skin. So when we mixed all those things together, whipped it up, you know what I'm saying? We just came up, the product ended up being nice. You know what I mean? And as far as it goes, is us into creating other things like salves. Like we've got a salve that's that does have CBD in it. You know, we'll put 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams in there, put it directly on the spot, rub it in. It's good. You know, we use crude oil, which we get from Sunjoin. You know what I'm saying? We got a distribution deal with Sunjoin, and basically we grow with Sunjoin. We buy our oils from Sunjoin, and then we turn around and sell a value-added product at a wholesale price back to Sunjoin, and then Sunjoin's distributors, they've got a large distribution network at this point. They sell the product as well. You know what I mean? So if anybody looking at that, you know, we all understand schematics. I mean, more, let's just be straight up. Black folk watch more dope movies than anything. This, and I don't gratify it, but the way of making money that way is genius. It doesn't matter. So you replace the dope or whatever with a product like Simply Made. It's just no different. It's like almost like we in a lab, making everything, putting everything together, eventually get that on autopilot. You know, we're already in the talks with a lab producing it for us now, and we stop making it. You know, we'll just have somebody do it. So it's like I say, it starts from crude oil. We'll melt it down to the proper temperatures. It's a little bit of a science, but it's not complicated at all. You know what I mean? Quarters, halves, and wholes. Simple. You know what I mean? I'm not even a great math guy. I skip math for them purposes, but I understand quarters, halves, and wholes.
As my granddad says, keep it simple, stupid. I'm glad you brought up Sunjoin. So right now, one of the buzzwords going around the world period is ag tech. Ag tech, incorporating technology. A lot of times people think of technology as robots running around, but technology is just incorporating technology, whether you're talking about a computer, whether you're talking about a new piece of equipment that helps you to achieve an ends of getting from seed to table or seed to arm in the case with a beauty product. We also on B1AG like to talk about cooperative economics. This concept of, okay, you get the game from the OG. Now I got this game from an OG. Okay, man, I know all of this stuff. How do I put this in motion? I'm one man, right? So what is the importance of cooperative economics? If you can kind of tie in a little bit of Sunjoin, because I know the piece to the brother Lamar Wilson. I mean, he's a tech genius. He's immersed this stuff into agriculture, and he's incorporated technology in a way that hasn't happened. Our ancestors that lost land, decades ago when all the black farmers started losing land, getting shut out of markets. Can you imagine if they had access to something like social media? Can you imagine if they had people within that realm that already knew about cryptocurrency before it became mainstream? And so if you could kind of tie in the importance of cooperative economics and what does that relationship look like for somebody that's looking at this, that's like, okay, yeah, man, what he's saying is making sense. What's my next move? Who are the power players, so to speak? If somebody's wanting to get into modeling what you've created with your Hempire.
So as far as Sunjoin goes, Lamar is another one of my mentors. He, I don't know if he knows it, but pretty much he mentors me, you know what I'm saying? And so we rap, and like I met him through you, right? We sat down and we talked. He had an interest for him, and I told him a bit of what I knew, and the relationship from there, it pretty much blossomed. So his ideas, it's easy to work with people when your ideas line up. When they don't, it's like, how do you figure out how to make them line up? You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, me and Mar, we never really had that problem. So I was one of the first ones to come out on Sunjoin as far as products. So if you as a person, now he's got, me and Black Mama T, which is Miss Vanessa Braxton, you know what I'm saying? So, it's this working network of Black people, you know what I'm saying, and producers being able to work together, and we can sell to each other. We can use each other to sell. If there's enough room in the price, you know what I'm saying, for you to make some money and you didn't have to do anything besides tell people you have that. You think about the Mary Kay model. The Mary Kay model, it was genius. Avon, all that stuff was genius. It worked well. You know what I'm saying? Hemp in its respective place, the model should be somewhat similar, because I know everything is projected to make this mass amount of money. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? They say billion this, billion that. I'm telling you, I don't, maybe somebody's seeing a billion. You know what I'm saying? But as far as it goes, I know farmers right now sitting on hemp. You know what I mean? Because it's not even necessarily about the fact, can you grow it? Can you not grow it? It's will they take it? You know what I'm saying? So if you got this situation of they won't even take it from me, I don't know what to do, you turn it into something. And then if you got people like with a network like Lamar, he's got this network. Now I done turned it into something. I could get my hemp directly from him when I'm ready to get it. So he makes money from his crop. He makes money from his distribution. You know what I mean? And the people that's under it make money. The producer makes money. You know what I mean? Like when he first started it, and he, used to talk about it all the time. He used to be like, everybody remembers how No Limit was. Master P and them seemed like they was always putting out an album. You know what I'm saying? Always, right? And they were just dropping. They just dropping, dropping like hotcakes. And that's what No Limit. No Limit was hot, Same thing. The model is based about the same thing. You get these producers to drop this hot stuff, right? Like you got me dropping shea butter, you know what I'm saying? Lotions, things like that, infused with hemp. You got Black Mama Tea dropping, her teas is infused with hemp, which are great, by the way. I drink them in the morning. You got dog biscuits. You got all kinds of stuff. Now you got bath bombs. You got soaps. So you take these products and you turn them into something. But as we see him, like I say, it probably is $1 billion being made somewhere. But if we don't have the foundation of where we're going to work together, where we're going to have the distribution, like your foundation always at all times, man, it got to be Black in this business. I don't know what everybody else is doing in any other business, but the agriculture system, it's got a good old boy system. You know what I'm saying? And that good old boy system, it don't benefit us. It only benefits us when we create our own good old boy system. So this is that, but it's new and improved. Like we're saying, it's tech related. You know what I mean? So we using the internet. We using all these different things. People are able to skip record deals now because of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So like you bypass people that don't necessarily. First off, I'm not going to say we want their help. We don't want their help. We don't need the help in that regard. We got to build it. We got to build it ourselves. And then we figure out, once we build it, we figure out how we want to work with the outside world. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing funny style. That's just the smartness of it. Like we spoke about Thomas Sankara the other day, great revolutionary in Burkina Faso. He told them people, he said, look, I got to set it up for my people first. So all the cotton that we grow, it stays here until we ready to sell it, until we get so you can't sell nothing until you get a surplus. No way. So it's the same thing. You know what I mean? But now we looking at things where these hemp farmers, they sitting on all this hemp because, the first year of the pilot program, you had to have a bill of growth from a buyer to even grow. They did away with that. And everybody liked the sound of it because initially your grow goes to a direct person, right? Because you got the bill specifically for those people. Now, when they took it away, it changed the game in the regard of now you got this hemp and you can sell it to anybody, but might not anybody buy it. You know what I'm saying? Before, at least you had it sold. You know what I'm saying? But you might not got the number you wanted, but you had it sold. So, this type of thing, it's you change the grow. You change the grow to fit the things that you need. And that's where tech comes in, as the brother Ricky Mason, you know what I'm saying? He's got Kentucky Agritech, you know what I'm saying? It's those types of things is what we need. Brothers talking about trying to figure out technology is about efficiency. Like farming, like we have to be more efficient in farming. It's just like I told the brother one day, like Mr. Leroy, he's spry. He gonna walk around 400 sub acres because he got it in him. He knows how to walk, how to make his trip shorter, all that. I would rather ride an ATV, you know what I'm saying? And then we talking about efficiency from there. The efficiency goes, now I would fly a drone. I don't even have to necessarily leave the house to look at my cattle and count my cattle. I can fly a drone. It's that type of efficiency. It's like, how can I better use my time? You know what I'm saying? And, technology helps you do that.
Now, CJ, outside of, efficiency and, agricultural technology innovations, when it comes to agriculture and broader social, economic, and cultural issues that affect our community, the B1 community. Do you believe that agriculture can address some of these issues that we deal with on a daily basis?
As far as food, as far as finances, where you like
food, finances, safety, security.
Agriculture. Absolutely, absolutely. Agriculture is the one, in my opinion, it's the one way to create your freedom. Being self-sustainable, you know what I'm saying, is the goal. That's, you know, that's what agriculture is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even like we said, we was talking last night on The Walking Dead. Herschel had the best spot. He had a farm, you know what I'm saying? He had a perimeter. You know, you talking about a world that, you know, they'll say they don't hate black people or whatever, but, you know, we see different, you know. So agriculture allows us to even, you know, it's like I don't have no problem admitting, like, I'm truly a separatist at heart. I you know, agriculture helps you do that. You can't separate and move away from something if you can't feed yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about from the aspects of war, you got to be able to feed your troops. You know what I'm saying? From the aspects of, you know, being the smaller army against the bigger army, you got to withdraw yourself from the war in a different type of way. Agriculture helps you do all of that. You know, most of the time we disconnecting from it anyway. So you get to go out and you get to learn new things. You get to critical think. You know what I'm saying? Critical thinking is important. You know what I'm saying? It's highly important for black people. You know, it gives us, agriculture comes with land, so it gives you power. Land is power any way you splice it up. You know, the brothers that I know, they millionaires in the form of land. They millionaires in the form of land because they got 470 acres in prime real estate location. You know, I seen farms on their road, you know, go for 4 or 5 million with less acreage. So they're millionaires, you know what I'm saying, in the form of land. Agriculture is, you know, it's the foundation of everything, period. It's the foundation of everything, raw materials, everything. So it makes sense to have your best foothold right there. And then you go up and you do other things, because now we control a resource. Whatever we grow in that land, we control that resource.
This is big. This is big. So I'm watching this. This man done got me hyped. He's done got my wheels turning. If you had 2 jewels, that you could drop to whoever's walk, absolutely, since the agriculture is a stability of life.
Absolutely.
Civilization didn't start until our ancestors started agriculture, right?
Absolutely.
If you got 2 gems to drop, to somebody that might feel like, oh, what if I don't have enough time? What if I don't know anybody that got land? You know, what if I have a large family? You know, what if my family ain't really supporting what I'm doing? What are 2 gems to drop to give them some motivation?
How bad you want to eat? is the first one. You know what I mean? I mean, because as we saw in 2020, everybody saw a shelf go bare. You know, as people, you know, all the elders was like they had never seen that. You know, and we understand that they have lived through some of the worst times, right? But it just makes you question. So it's like you know, having time is one thing. You know what I'm saying? You make time for things that are important. You know what I'm saying? And if food stability is important to you, if generational wealth is important to you, then you'll find a way to do it. You know, and as far as, so that's what I say. If time is a thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just how bad you want to eat. As far as it goes, if you want to get involved, you know, that's the beauty thing of what we even saying about this internet. You know what I'm saying? Here you are, you got us 3 bros on here right now. Y'all interviewed multiple people, you know, that deal with agriculture. Reach out to anybody, and you know, any one of these bros is on one of these channels and get pointed in a direction. If you can't find nobody that lives around you, you know, the internet's right there. Your backyard is right there. You know, grow something, grow a flower. It don't matter. Just it feels good when you plant something, you see it grow. You know what I'm saying? You did that with your hands, you know what I'm saying? And you get to reap the benefits of either seeing it, the beauty of it, whether if it's a flower or if it's a potato, you get to eat it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to stick, as we saying, you know, the most important thing to me though is Black foundation. It's the Black foundation is the most important thing. It's like being intentional about working with Black people. You know what I'm saying? I understand that there's going to be other groups that are going to want to work. And if it benefits you, work with them. If it don't benefit you, don't work with them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just go ahead and you stick with a Black foundation first, because at the end of the day, that's how your products is going to get moved. You know what I'm saying? And if we start to even figure something out about stepping out into other places where agriculture isn't really a thing, you know what I'm saying? They didn't used to have McDonald's in where my mother's from. They didn't used to have McDonald's when everybody had them. But eventually, a McDonald's made its way there. This ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you want to be involved with it, you'll get connected with the people that's there. You know, social media does a lot for you. You start looking at hashtags, your algorithm, make your mind state about that type of stuff. You know, your algorithm, if it's already, we already think it's reading our mind and reading our thoughts, you better use something to really fuel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, put that agriculture stuff up, you know, use the hashtags, go on the hashtags, follow people that's involved with agriculture, and, you know, stay motivated that way, you know, and see where your niche is.
Where can people buy your products, man? This is this is church. This is the essence of church.
I mean, well, definitely you can look me up on the Black Agriculturalist on Instagram, Simply Made on Instagram. We, you know, just another thing, so people know, just something to touch on when we talk about this $1 billion hemp industry. We still catch heat on the website for hemp. So if it's a $1 billion industry, like they say, then some of those borders would be broken down. So we try to do most of our dealing directly with the people, you know. So hit us up on any social media, Facebook, Instagram. Hit us up on any of that. You know, you'll be speaking directly with me or my partner Sasha, and tell us exactly what you need. Like, you know, you got a baby that's got eczema, you know, tell us that. You know what I'm saying? We try to use certain essential oils to help that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, tell us specifically what you want. You know, the business is structured well enough to where we can talk directly to people. That's another good thing about vertical integration. You know what I'm saying? We having it all.
That's Master P out the trunk.
Out the trunk. Master P's, he the greatest, man. He the greatest. We got to look to these people. Got to look to these people.
We definitely appreciate all the game, and also sharing the importance of having an elder mentor.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when we're younger, we jump out here, we think we know everything, we got everything figured out. You can jump into it and then you see, oh, there's more to this than I thought. And it does save a lot of time. And it is just the wealth that our elders have in knowledge is can't put a price on that.
Yeah.
Definitely cannot put a price on that.
Yeah, the patience, you know, the willing, like Mr. Leroy, he wants to teach. He wanted to teach. That's his thing. You go down there, you know what I'm saying? He'll teach. He gonna teach anybody that wants to learn it, right? But the patience that he got, you know, man, I broke so much stuff, man. I done tore up tractors, man. And he's just like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, CC. Just go ahead. We'll get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? But he knows I'm gonna go I'm gonna ride to Indiana and go get the part. You know, it's all an adventure. It's all fun, man. I never I'm glad I make money in agriculture. You know, I make some money there. You know, I'm glad about that. But what I love even more, man, I got a passion with that, man. I would do it for free. Of course, you're gonna do it for free. If you want to eat, you'll do it for free. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to charge a thing. I done seen Mr. Leroy give away more produce than he sold. You know, that type of thing. You feel me? Like, I love that. It's a direct connection. It's a direct connection with the people. You know what I'm saying? One dude told me before, everybody loves a farmer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves a farmer. If they fortunate to meet one, everybody loves a farmer. He living a unique life, period. So it's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you brothers for having me, man. This was an honor, man. This was an honor for real.
Yeah, we're glad to have you on here, man. You know, it's always good to see young brothers like yourself in business, free on this side of the wall, and still looking for more freedom, you know, on this side of the wall.
Yeah.
So,
That's
at B1AG
how we
family,
build it.
yes, sir, yes, sir. And I use the products as well too. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you, you know, I'm part of Beard Gang, so I put some of your body butter on my beard, bro. I'm trying, like I told you last night, had my tongue glistening and sparkling in the sunshine, man.
We
They thought I was magic. They thought I was
appreciate
magic around here.
it. We appreciate it. All that shea butter made with love, man. It's made with love, straight for the people.
Yes, sir. Now, here at B1AG, we like to end off each show just to drill a point home to our watchers, and you know, I hope you join us in with this, because if they really want to know something, CJ and Farmer Brown, what do they need to do? What do the people need to do?
Learn how to grow something.
Or how to grow something. I would definitely learn how to grow something.
All day.
It'll change your life, man.
Y'all heard it. Y'all hear it here first and every day. Thank you again for stopping in with B1AG, Daily Bread Podcast. Be safe, be prosperous, be wonderful. Get some sun on your face. Feel the breeze. Stick your toes in the grass and wiggle them. You know, can reconnect with nature and feel good. Just feel good, B1AG family. Y'all take it easy, be blessed, and we'll see you once again.
Peace.